Right, we're going to go across to the interview now with this gentleman here. He's been our featured artist this week, a gentleman called Chris Chandler, an absolutely lovely guy, and you're just about to find that out.
Yo, this is Chris Chandler, and I'm chilling with my main man, DJ Gloss, on Sound Fusion Radio. Hello.
Hello there, Chris. How are you doing? It's DJ Gloss from London, Sound Fusion Radio. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you today?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very well indeed. The sun is shining in London for a change, so we're pretty happy here.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful, man. I'm glad that you got some good weather.
Well, we needed it. We've been a bit short of good weather, I would say, for most of the first part of the year. So, you know, it's been good today.
Well, that's good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you very much indeed. What about you? How's the weather where you are?
I'm in sunny California right now, and it's a little cloudy today. It's maybe 70 degrees, but it's usually beautiful here.
Yeah, California has a habit of being beautiful, Chris. That is for sure.
Yes, definitely. It's it's California. Have you ever been to Hollywood?
I haven't been to Hollywood, no. Florida's about as close as I've been, sir.
Okay, no, yeah, Florida's cool as well.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I've done a lot of Disney and Universal and that kind of thing, so you know it's a nice place to go to. But I know plenty of people that have been to California always talk about the weather being great. So you know, there you go.
Yeah, man, it's a good place to hang out.
Okay, do you mind if I ask you a few questions back in the day a little bit?
Sure. Anything for sure.
Okay, well, I see you're originally from Chicago. Can you tell us about your beginnings in there? I know you had some famous relations too.
Sure. Well, basically, man, you know, I grew up in a musical family. You know, from my mother to my uncles. You know, my mother was in a gospel group with my aunts and my grandmother. My uncle was a lead guitar player for the Shepherds, and also my uncle Pete Cozy was a guitar player. He played with many greats from Miles Davis to a lot of the blues legends as well. So I just was surrounded around music, and before you know it, I was just singing and dancing all the time, and it just, you know, became a part of my life.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a great place to start. So, and I noticed that you moved to New York. What did moving to New York do for your music?
Wow. That was instrumental and just, you know, making me a professional. You know, I had the opportunity to record a few albums with the Beat Nuts. They're a rap group from Queens, and, you know, they were instrumental and kind of introducing me to, you know, the industry and the world. You know, I've been on tour with them. We've toured Europe a few times. So going to New York was really important because it just gave me the exposure, the professionalism, and the confidence to make great music.
Wow. Yeah, definitely would do that for you. That's for sure. So, tell us about your music. What is unique about Chris Chandler? Because I know you write, and I know that you perform, and I know you do a lot of things. So tell our listeners all about that.
Well, I mean, my music basically, you know, it comes from the soul. You know, I'm a songwriter and a producer, and when I write songs for myself, you know, in particular, this album, A Different Look, I was just writing, you know, about relationships and things that people can relate to. You know, everyone's in love or falling out of love or wanting to be in love, you know. So that was something that I really wanted to focus on, write great songs with great melodies and, you know, get in the studio with the band and just let's make magic.
Yeah, that sounds really great. So moving on then to your tunes, what are your personal favourites? Give me two of your personal favourites that I can play for you around your interview.
Wow. I mean, that's really difficult because, you have all of your songs are like your children, especially the ones that actually make the record. Because there are some songs that don't really make the record. But my two favorite songs, I would say maybe something. I mean, something I really enjoyed the cover that I did for the Beatles because I love that song. I love George Harrison, and I just wanted to approach it a little bit differently. And
I think you did a great job with that one. Yeah, definitely an awesome tune. Love it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was worried when I first started to record the song, when I told the band, let's do this today, because I know that song is so well loved by so many people. And I just wanted to, represent it right and not offend anybody, basically.
You did a good job because, covering a Beatles tune, you got to cover it good or don't cover it at all, and I think you covered it good.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, those kind words. But another song that I really like, I would say Friends. Friends is a song that I really enjoyed recording. We got into the studio with the band, and we only had a couple of days left. And I wrote the song one night, and I sent it to the guys, and we got in there. And it was like, sometimes you get in the studio, and it goes really well, and sometimes it takes longer. But I think we got Friends done in maybe 2 takes.
Wow.
So, it was. We had a good time in the studio that day. So those are just 2 songs that I may say offhand, but I love all of the songs, so it's really hard for me. Which songs do you enjoy on the record?
Well, I must say, I like Friends a lot, and that is definitely your most downloaded song, actually. According to iTunes, that's your most popular tune, Friends. Something, I think, is great, and I think the cover you do of that is really, really good. Can't Let Go, great tune. Yeah. Love it. Love the feel of that. That's really good. And Who You Are, that, again, really, really great. And I can't help it. They're all good, Chris. They're all great tunes. If you like the genre that you're in, you're not going to dislike any of the tunes on a different look at all. Never. They're lovely.
No, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And sometimes when you're making music, you really don't know how people are going to respond, like Who You Are. Who You Are is almost like the longest song in the world, but it was like, we had to tell that story, and I kind of wanted it to have I wanted the instruments to play a large part in the song. So I had the solo, the Rhodes solo, and also the guitar solo. And, we just wanted to make it take the listener on a ride, and I'm glad that at least one person in this world enjoyed that song as well as we did.
Well, there you go. And you did another brave cover on that album, didn't you? Really, I mean, I can't help it. What a brave cover to do.
Wow, yeah, that was. You know what, man? I love Michael Jackson, so my thing was I wanted to give a tribute to Michael, and dedicate this to Michael. So I set aside. I didn't think about because, like you said, that's a brave cover. People really love that song, and people are very sensitive when you remake a song like that. But I said, listen, I'm going to do it because I love Michael Jackson, and I want to have his presence on this record. So I did it, and I really worked hard on it. And I'm glad that people appreciate it because it was something that I handled it with a little trepidation because I didn't know how people would respond.
Well, it is a brave cover to do, but you do an extremely good job of it. And, your flexibility is great because, at one end of the album, you're covering a Beatles tune from the 60s. The other end of the album, you're covering an MJ tune. A very, very versatile thing to do. I love it. It's great. And shows you for the artist that you are, which I want to bring out really with the listeners today in the interview.
tell you the reason why the flexibility is there, because I grew up in a house with my mother playing everything from James Taylor to Frank Sinatra to the Beatles to, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones. So all of that music was just in my house as I grew up, and I grew up loving those songs.
Yeah, yeah, it does come out in the songs that you know. I was going to ask you actually as one of the questions, when you were small, who were your musical idols? Who were the people that you looked up to back then?
Well, when I was small, of course, Michael Jackson, because when you're a kid, he was, at that time, it was the Jackson, not the Jackson 5. By the time, I was coming around, it was the Jacksons.
Yeah.
And he was just magnetic. I mean, as a kid, you see this dude on television, and he's dancing and singing. That really sparked it. Go ahead.
Yeah, did you watch Motown 25? Because I did, and that just blew me away. Just so good.
By then I was totally hooked. By then I was just hooked anyway. I have been on probably a 10-year, Michael Jackson study course, but by the time that came around, it was just like, oh my God, I've never seen any entertainer have one performance that just totally changed the outcome of his career, and just took his career on a whole nother level off of kind of one performance. So yeah, I did see that.
That was a wonderful performance and stuck in my mind for sure. And who else apart from Michael were sort of idols of yours as a younger person?
Yeah, man, I love Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to Stevie, and my Lord, as a songwriter, you really want to be able to touch a listener like Stevie has on so many of his songs. So he was a big part of my development as a songwriter, and Stevie and Michael and Marvin Gaye. There's so many, Whitney Houston. There's so many artists that I love. So it's hard to kind of just pick a couple of them, but if I was to have to pick two, I would probably pick Michael and Stevie.
Well, yeah, I can relate to that very, very well. Michael and Stevie's, that just about covers it. Two kings in their own right, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I can't say, I love Prince, man. I love just good music. I love Santana. I love good music. It doesn't matter. I was listening to some of the solo stuff that George Harrison did, and his chord progressions were so beautiful. So it's hard to pick, but when you really love music, because you love so many people, like I said, Whitney Houston, I loved her as a vocalist. So, Quincy Jones said, for young people who are aspiring to be great singers, he said, pick five of your idols and study them. And what happens is you're going to come out anyway in terms of your personality and your voice. It's always going to be your instrument. But it's good to have those guides sometimes to help you learn how to approach music the way that they did.
Yeah, I fully agree there. So what's going on with you right now, Chris? I mean, A Different Look came out in February this year. It's a fantastic album, loving every track on it. So where are you going from there?
Man, we're scheduling a summer tour, doing shows. Right now we're rehearsing, keeping my voice sharp. And that's it. We're looking forward to building a fan base, they're in the UK, and coming over there and doing some shows as well. I really appreciate the exposure that I'm getting from over there, and I appreciate you enjoying the album and giving me the exposure as well. So building the fan base, basically, and ready to just do some great music and come and perform for you guys.
Well, we would love that. If ever you're over here in the UK, then please just give us a shout, and you can always come into the studio, and we can come and have an interview live and get you on the mic and play one of your tracks and get you singing live on air. That would be wonderful.
Oh, man, definitely. I can't wait for that to happen, and I'll keep you posted.
The look on the album, the hat and the jacket and everything, is that your look? Is that how you look when you're out on the road?
Yeah, definitely, especially for this project. I just wanted to have like a vintage look, and I was thinking about Frank Sinatra, basically, and I was just coming from I had a previous album. It's called Lifestyles Volume 1, and having success in hip hop at that time in 2006. I wanted to, do something urban, and I had some rappers on there. Psycho Les was on there from the Beatnuts, some other rappers. So the music was a little bit different. So I dressed differently then.
Yes.
So when I was working on this project, I was like, yo, because I don't have a song called "The Different Look" on the project on the album, but I was like, yo, it's a different look for me. I wanted to, I always wanted to. Because R&B is my first love, but hip hop paid the bills for a while. So you gotta love and appreciate that opportunity that I had from hip hop. But I always wanted to get back in the studio and do the album that I did, A Different Look. So I named it A Different Look because it was a little bit different from the album that I had done before, and that was the dress that I thought would be appropriate for the theme for the record.
Well, it definitely carries it off for you. When I pulled up the album cover and I had a look, and I thought, yeah, this looks good. And then on your website, you've got exactly the same sort of theme running right through the website there, which I think works extremely well. Yeah, I like it. It's a good look. It worked for Frank. Man, it's going to work for anybody, yeah.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad that I'm getting a big response from the UK, and I really definitely appreciate that. I listen to your radio stations all the time. It's crazy because when I'm listening to your radio station, it's like I'm listening to my personal playlist, and it's it's just great music being played all the time, and I love that because here, man, you don't get that all the time. It's something's going on, where good music is sometimes, unfortunately, kind of forgotten in America. It has its little, special pockets that will embrace it. But I love the way that you all embrace good music, and I really appreciate that.
Well, we love having you as part of that, Chris. That's really great to have your talents on Sound Fusion Radio. Yeah,
no, definitely. It's great. But the thing is that you're playing great music. And because what happens is that now, first of all, I want to hear music. I don't want to hear the same music over and over again. And I want to hear good music. I don't want to be forced to listen to the same 4 songs for 3 months.
4 songs for 3 months and 24/7 adverts. Yeah, it's a problem. Commercial stations. We pride ourselves on being all about the love of music, Chris, and not all about the love of adverts. Or commercials, as you'd call them.
Well, that's what it's about, man. That's why we love you. That's why we listen to your radio stations. It's just simple. It's like you all are bringing back music to the people. I don't even know if you understand that, because it was taken away. There's a reason why everyone's searching for outlets where they can find great music.
Mm. Yeah, well, hopefully we provide one of those outlets, and certainly myself and the other owner of this station pride ourselves on making sure that we concentrate on the music and not on the commercials and the jingles and the noise.
Man, listen, that's why I got all my family, all my friends listening to your radio station. Besides the fact that you all have embraced my record, but they just love good music. And like when I turn them on to it, they call me. They're like, "Dude, they're jamming." I'm like, "I told you, man."
Oh, Chris, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for that. What plans have you got sort of in years to come? Where do you see Chris Chandler being in say 2-3 years time?
Man, I see just growth, growing my brand, growing my fan base, maturing as an artist. I'm gonna definitely take advantage of a different look and get out there and perform it and let people know about this project. And I really plan for it to catapult me to the next level in terms of, building a great fan base and creating a great brand. That's my focus for the next 3 to 5 years.
That sounds great, Chris, and you're certainly well on your way there. So you're certainly well on your way to achieving that brand. The look, the sound. I mean, your production is extremely good. I mean, I don't know who, apart from yourself, is responsible for the production of your tunes, but they are very, very well done.
I mean, thank you so much. My basically everything is pre-packaged, like in my home studio, like I write, like Who You Are and all of those songs, the ones that were written by me. I write them, at the piano, and once I'll do a demo of it, I'll do a demo of it, and if I like it enough, I'll take it to the band. Because once you get the records have to be ready for the band, because the band costs money to even come into the studio. It's not free.
Yeah, agreed.
So, yeah. Once I'm happy with something, I'll let the guys listen to it. And what's crazy is that they take the music, and oh my God, it's just like it's like birth. It's like it's really crazy, because I wish you could be there sometimes, man, and maybe we will record in the UK and you can see the process.
Wonderful.
But they'll take the music, man, and they just bring it to life, and that's it. They'll ask me, do you want us to follow it? And usually I'm like, of course, because I have to, have a scratch vocal on it. So they follow it, man, and we come together, and I pick, the instruments that I want, the horns, and, depending on which. So for what's the song, Can't Let Go, I knew I wanted horns.
Yeah.
I just wanted that live horn feel. So I hired a great, he's a great writer, horn arranger.
Mm-hmm.
And I hired him to come in and to, arrange some parts for the horns. And once he came in and did it, with the guys, 3 or 4 guys, trumpet and flute and all this stuff, it was just like magic. So everything came together. It took time, but it came together very organically. And, I give everybody credit, everybody that was in the studio with us, creating the sound that we created. But the ideas and the production, it starts at home, and then we take it out and we let the musicians join in the creative process. I wish I could hug you and give you a high five right now, brother, really. You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
You can give me a cyber high five. No problem with that at all. I'm right there.
Beautiful, man. Very crazy. People don't understand, the world, the internet, and the whole cyber atmosphere has made the world very small.
Yes.
I did an interview with a UK magazine on Skype last week.
Yeah, well, you're on my Skype now. Even though I'm on the phone to you, you're on my Skype now.
Exactly. So, it makes the world small, and I appreciate that. Just let me know when the interview is going to be aired, so I can get everyone that I know in the whole universe to tune in and to check it out.
It will be aired next Friday, but it will also be put on YouTube. So you will have it on YouTube. It will be on our website, available in our Hall of Fame forevermore, and people can check it out there. So no problem with that at all. Can I ask you one more favour, Chris, before I stop taking up more of your valuable time? Can I ask you if you would do a drop for me?
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Well, I'm DJ Gloss, and this is Sound Fusion Radio, and the rest I'll let you make up.
Yo, this is Chris Chandler, and I'm chilling with my main man, DJ Gloss, on Sound Fusion Radio. Yo, this is Chris Chandler chilling with my main man, DJ Gloss, from the UK, playing the greatest hits, and we're chilling live on Sound Fusion Radio.
Brother, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to get to the UK so that we can meet, and I'm going to put on a great show when I get there.
That would be wonderful. Looking forward to it, Chris. You have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and you have a wonderful day as well.
You have a blessed day too. Take care. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yo, this is Chris Chandler, and I'm chilling with my main man, DJ Gloss, on Sound Fusion Radio.
That was Chris Chandler, our featured artist this week, in interview with me earlier in the week. What a wonderful guy. Really sort of opened up and talked about how his tunes came about, the sort of organic growth of his music. Also talked about the fact that things don't happen for free and musicians need paying and musicians need to have all of the information available in the studio to get things together. Just a lovely guy with a wonderful voice and a wonderful talent, and it's been such a pleasure this week to bring all of that wonderfulness, if that's a word, to this radio station. So Chris Chandler, thank you so much for giving us a different look into you. Thank you very much for that indeed.
Glossy. This is Sound Fusion Radio with DJ Gloss.